Now we're going to look at the 16-inch stationary circular sander. This is a real handy tool. You can see this is another big green machine that we've got here in the shop. This is a military surplus machine, just like some of the other items that we have when they were building minesweepers during the war. Program got some of these tools. So we've been using this in the shop for many, many years. You do have to watch out. There's a couple of things that can do some damage to your body with this tool. This is an abrasive disc here. It's spinning at high speed. If you get your flesh anywhere near it, you get an instant road rash that hurts for a long, long time. So I'm going to show you what you can use the tool for and a couple of things to watch out for. Just like any of the other stationary power tools, we want to make sure the floor is fairly clear of obstacles. Okay? We want to make sure we have some eye protection on. And then we want to be set up so that we have our work close at hand. I'm going to open the dust collector here. I've got a workpiece here that's cut close to the layout lines that I want to achieve. We used the table router before to apply a template to a piece and then cut right to the lines. Well, if I've only got one piece I want to cut out and one piece that I want to shape, and I'm confident that I can be fairly accurate with the sander, then I'm just going to go ahead and draw my lines on there, cut the waste off with the bandsaw, and then I can clean up right to the cut line. You notice that on the table of the sander, we've got a line just about at the center of the disc and a big old X on this side. That means don't use this side of the table, because this disc spins in this direction, like that. If you put your workpiece over here, it's just going to flip up and hit you in the face. That'd be the worst of it. You might get dust right in your face. The way we're set up now, if we're working on the proper side of the disc, the dust will be sucked down into the dust collector and go up into the hopper. Okay? So, we want to make sure that disc is well adhered to the backing. Turn the tool on. And we're going to shape this edge. Now I've gotten real close to it. You notice I keep the work moving back and forth across the edge of the face of the disc. That's so that the disc doesn't heat up and load up with sawdust or resin in just one spot. So now I can split that pencil line if I'm really careful. So here we are, we've cut right to the line. Now it really helps if you're doing any shaping on this machine, if that's a consistent curve, it's real easy to get a nice smooth cut. But you might have something that's asymmetrical, that's got some shape to it, that you can't get inside. For instance, if I wanted to shape this any further, well, I could get that corner of it, but I couldn't get any deeper inside here. In this case, I might be able to flip it over. And get a little deeper inside. If I want to do an inside radius, we've got belt sanders that'll get on the inside there. Okay? So one more time, I want to cut to this line. Now I notice that I'm building up a sawdust residue on the disc there. I want to clean that up a little to make the cut a little cooler and a little more efficient. I've got a sanding belt cleaner block. This is made out of the same kind of stuff that the bottoms of shoes are in some cases. Cleans it right up. Okay, now you notice I'm holding this workpiece back here because I really don't want my fingers too close to that spinning disc. This tool can be very aggressive. This is about a 60 grit disc on here. It's a little worn down. We just cleaned it up. It's cutting pretty good. But I'll show you what happens when you push it too hard. We've got a corner here that we're going to round over. You notice that's the end of a knot. Not only is it end grain, but there's a lot of resin and sap in here. Here's what happens when you push the tool too hard. It loads that disc up really hard. If this was hardwood and I was sanding the end grain, I could burn the end grain of the piece. We've got a fairly large, easy to work workpiece here. I'm getting into some smaller stuff, so you want to be really careful with this. I'm holding it as far away from the disc as I can. I don't want to be in here like this. I don't want to be in here like this. We can suck our fingers down between the disc and the table. It'll take the tips of your fingers right off. I can't get the inside. I'm not even going to try. So you can do all kinds of shaping with the tool. Just be very careful about that disc.